We are trained for quick fixes. We are trained to distract ourselves. We are trained for quick dopamine hits. We are trained to buy something to make ourselves feel better. We are trained by every means necessary to avoid the one place we need to turn to actually change our life, which is right here to the heart. So slow down, everybody, and get on the path, your path, your path, your destiny path. For you, do the things that are right for you. That's the ticket. That's the recipe. That's the program. That's the path of discovery. That's Recovery 2.0. And that's other paths too. When you drop down into that low grade energy of self-doubt or feeling frustrated or I should be somewhere else, just remember, those are the thoughts of your addictive, egoic mind. They're not based in truth. They're just not based in presence. And so we must bring ourselves back to presence. And I'm sorry if it takes 10 billion times. You'll have to lose presence, come back to presence, lose presence, come back to presence, lose presence, come back again, come back again, come back again. That's the work. I see Karen here with her hand up, and I look forward to hearing her inquiry.
Hi, Tommy. Thank you. Gosh, what a beautiful message.
Wonderful to see you.
You too, my darling. Yes, I feel the suffering. I feel that message so deeply. I feel I'm stuck in, I've listened to your podcast, and I feel I'm stuck in the spiritual bypass of trying to grab onto every single thing that I've learned. And I think it's Richard Rohr says, I have the information, I lack the transformation. I am grabbing onto everything and I don't truly understand the message of spiritual bypass. I think I'm so deep in it that I can't get out of it. And I don't really understand how and why I can't. Why can I not get from the information to the transformation piece?
Beautiful inquiry. I want to ask just a question or two before diving in. Can you express a little bit, describe the feeling of frustration or disappointment in yourself, or what's coming up for you in a more specific way than just the sense that, is this spiritual bypass and why can't I get the transformation? Where do you find yourself today?
Yes, I can. I know everything I have to do, need to do to get sober, except I lack the ability to stay there.
So far.
And so far, yes, so far.
Okay. Helpful. All right. So let's start here. I have the information. I lack the transformation. Okay. I think that we all have this fundamental misunderstanding of how exactly we collaborate with higher power or how higher power works in our life. The fundamental spiritual concept is that we take actions and we let go of the results, or at least we try to. We have to take action because we're in the world and there's actions to be made. And sometimes there's inaction that needs to happen instead of doing something. Sometimes it's more strategic or important not to do something. But we show up in the world. Because we're taking the action, it appears to us that we are the doer. What we do have is we have free will, and we have the ability to do this or to do that, and to make decisions and choices around that. We do have that. So our power lies in the actions that we take. But the ultimate unfolding of things, the ultimate outcome of things is happening for us. For us. So that this speaks to a collaboration. It's a mystical collaboration. As I said before, it's not something that is the same for any two of us. And yet, we can see that people who are in a surrendered allowing state, in a flow state, if you will, in a great mysterious collaboration with higher power, that relationship fully activated is unbelievably powerful beyond what we can conceive of. So when we use the language, I have the information, but I lack the transformation, I think that languaging leads us to believe that we have to make the transformation. When in my opinion, and from the perspective of spirit, we're not able to do that. We don't have that. We don't have that power. And I'm going to use an analogy now, which I use all the time. So forgive me for those of you who have heard it, but it's relevant here. We're all farmers in this life. We're planting seeds all the time. And as a farmer, let's say I'm trying to grow a tomato. I want a tomato to be the result of my actions. I have to find the right seed, first of all. I have to plant it in the right soil, in the right place where sunlight can hit it, and make sure that it has lots of water and nutrients consistently over a period of time, where we know from being farmers that when we plant those seeds and the seed goes in the right place, in the right soil, with the right nutrients and the right water and the right sunlight, that there's something that takes place. There's a bloom and a tomato plant grows. It's kind of a miracle if you think about it. Like, wow, little tiny seed, plant, never mind a tree and all the other things that grow from the tiniest of seeds. It's incredible. And if we continue to be consistent with our care, and let's say our care for the plant is our collaboration with the infinite power of creativity, for surely we cannot claim responsibility for that plant. We do not have the power to make a tomato plant grow. We do not have the power to grow a human being inside of our womb. It happens, and it happens through collaboration, and the experiment of that goes well when we pay attention and collaborate well. So as farmers, we're in this great collaboration, and when it goes well and it's consistent over time and we obey the rules are plant the right seed in the right place with the right nutrients and the right water in the right sunlight at the right time in the right place, and then be consistent. Those are the rules. Just the same way those are the rules to create a great tomato, those are also the rules for your life. Exactly, precisely the rules. And so when we do that, after a while, the plant blooms, buds take place, and fruit grows. There, you could say that our actions have been fruitful. Our actions are fruitful. Okay, so we have these fruitful actions now. And what results is a tomato, a big, juicy, organic, amazing tomato. And you look at it and you hold it in your hand and you're like, wow, look at the color, look at the smell. You're going to eat that. Wow, look at the taste. And this integrates into my body, by the way. I put it in my mouth, I chew it, saliva, billions of interactions, goes down into the stomach, gets digested and gets distributed. And the intelligence of that tomato mixes with the intelligence of my body and it creates energy. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how epic this is. Wow. So we can't claim I made this tomato any more than we can claim the successes or the failures of our life. We can claim I haven't used the best strategies to collaborate in the right way with the greater intelligence of the universe to bring about the thing that I'd like to be experiencing. And so what we do when that happens is we get help. We try something different. We try something new. And this is the opposite of spiritual bypass. Spiritual bypass is going around your emotions, going around your experience, dissociating, distracting yourself from it, not looking, not slowing down enough, not engaging in community to be able to get the support and the help and the power that runs through the chain between all of our hearts. Spiritual bypass is, I don't need to plant the seed where there's sunlight. It'll be fine. Or you don't get any fruit. And then you just decide to say, well, there just must be something wrong with me, or I'm not deserving of fruit. No, I just didn't plant the right seed in the right place with the right nutrients and the right sunlight and the right water and be consistent to bring about the fruitful bloom that I hope for. And so in coaching with you, I would say, let's take a look at the nitty gritty. First, we'll work backwards. You'll have to do a little work. If you refuse to do the work and expect things to go well, let's call that spiritual bypass, now that you know. And if you agree to do the work, then also agree to take a deep breath and let go of some of the stress of feeling like you're somehow behind or there's something wrong. It's just today and it's just now. So working backwards, it's what is the fruit that I would like to create, first of all. So an example of that might be, well, just in the most practical, worldly kind of thing, I would like to have a certain kind of job, but I don't know how to do that job. Or I need training, or I'm not sure where to go to get that, or whatever the thing is. But you begin with, what is it I'm trying to manifest? And you take your time. And you even run it by your sponsor. And you run it by your teachers, your therapist, your friends. And you start to talk about it. Here's something I'm interested in creating in my life. And it starts to get some momentum. And you work on it. You have to write it out first. Talk it out first. Start to put some energy into, this is the seed planting. If you're looking for a deeper connection spiritually, you can't muscle that. You can't muscle your way into spiritual connection. You'll have to do some very basic things. For example, the 12 steps. Now, I don't know where you're at and whether you've worked them all the way through or not, whether you have a sponsor or not right now, whether you're working them right now. But that's one example of a process you can go through that its stated purpose is to deliver you to a spiritual experience and to build a bridge between you and a higher power, where you are living in a God-conscious kind of way, where all of your deliberations are in collaboration, you're attempting to align yourself with the infinite. And when you're doing that, well, there's certain strategies that you're going to have to follow to be planting the right seeds in the right place with the right water and the right nutrients and the right sunlight. For example, you would need to begin speaking to God, speaking to spirit, to your innermost self. Or if you're atheist, speaking what you visualize you'd like to create, your heartfelt desire. And the way that we speak to spirit or we visualize is we call it prayer. And we start to pray so that we can align with the greater intelligence. And so that we can seat ourselves in the intention every day, multiple times a day, definitely in the morning and definitely in the evening. Now, some people hear that and they're like, oh my God, this is I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I don't believe in that. And yet I could tell you that these are proven protocols for creating a relationship with a power greater than yourself. It always works. It just doesn't work as quickly or in the way that people think. And so they abandon it. Oh, that didn't work, they say. God, I'm back to the drawing board. I don't know what to do. I would say specifically as an assignment for you and for everybody here, write down a prayer in your own words, asking God, higher power, spirit, the quantum field, your innermost self, your higher self, whatever, it doesn't matter. Write down a prayer asking for help to have a new experience from what you've had. Just that. Guide me in my words, guide me in my thoughts, guide me in my actions, put me in the places you want me to be, with the people you want me to be with, doing the things you want me to do. Help me to have a new experience, please. And stay with it for a while. Stay with it. Doing it for 3 days and then giving up is not staying with it. Stay with it for 90 days. Speak about your dreams, the things you want to manifest. Without me having more specifics, I can't speak directly to it, but no matter what it is, it's the same protocol. Little by little, with help from your community, you take baby steps toward the thing. In the meantime, if you're bothered in your mind and you're anxious or you're depressed or you feel beset by your mind, that's why we have a recovery community. And the recovery community, I guess, maybe I should release a protocol it's a protocol for how to relate with your recovery community here. And the way that we do it is, first of all, consistently every day. I can tell you that at 34 years sober, I am on the phone or texting with somebody in recovery to discuss what's really going on with me and to hear what's really going on with them. And it's every single day. Every single day. I'm immersed in my process and I love it. And I'm so thankful for that. And if you're not doing that, I highly recommend it. What happens is very often, and I'm not putting this on you because I don't know your experience with this, but there's certainly no shame in this because we all do this. We just isolate with our thing behind these kinds of ideas. I should be able to do this by myself. I should be further along than I am. I'm ashamed that I'm not. I don't want to talk to anybody about it. Or the classic, I feel shitty. I have low energy. I don't want to burden anybody with myself. And it's like, those are the thoughts that are actually addictive thoughts. They keep you stagnant. There's no growth there. That's the ego, fully ego. And so everybody should reflect on what is the thing that I do to myself when I don't take advantage of a community like this, of resources and ideas and love. Why would you not do that? So on top of the communication aspect, then we get into the practice aspect. So you got community, and that's first. Every day. Every day. I want to manifest something new with Recovery 2.0, but I don't know how to do it. I'm on the phone to someone like you. I'm on the phone to the team, but I'm also on the phone to the community and my friends here. And we're trying to figure it all out together so that we can be helping more people. That's the idea. But I surely am so stuck a lot of the time and I don't have the answers. So it's something to keep working on. And that's wonderful that we get to do that. I don't feel like there's something wrong with me because I don't have all the answers. I feel very, very humble and human and sometimes frustrated. And that's okay too. Just don't give up. Just keep going. Keep planting the seeds in the right place with the right nutrients and the right sunlight and the right water and stay with it. So I've made a statement sometimes. I say, even God can't hit a moving target. And we need to establish some stillness, some steadiness, rather than, because you spoke to that tendency of like picking up the next thing you hear about and then the next thing you hear about and the next thing you hear about. And I really understand that. I've done that in my life too. And so like, there's no shame in any of this stuff. It's just that it doesn't bring about the best outcome. That's all. So we want to adopt an effective strategy. And the effective strategy is community, writing yourself about your dreams and your goals, prayer, and then practice. The practice part of this, which is the kriyas that we do, and the breath work that we do, and the meditation that we do, that's kind of like your offense. Offense in the sense of you do these practices to, first of all, move away confusion, and then to become clear-headed and connected, and to be expanded in an expanded state. Even when we do the few breaths at the beginning of satsang here tonight, just those few breaths create an expanded experience. It's subtle, but it's enough. It's calming, it's centering, and we become present and ready for whatever's coming. So the offense, the expansion, the clarifying practices that we do are so important as a part of this process. I'll speak to it also in terms of energy. In the energy of frustration or self-loathing or self-doubt, that energy is very, very sticky, like a tar pit. Hard to get out of that. Thinking from that place of self-doubt or thinking from frustration, it's much, much better to do a practice first, even if the practice is only 11 minutes, but you have to change your energy. In the future approach to addiction, people will understand what we're doing here, and hopefully it will be more widespread. And the idea is, in order to heal yourself from addiction, it's not something that you do like you take a bunch of medication and you quell it, you kill it, and then it's done. It's about energy modification, day to day, every day, because you're a human being and you're subject to a 24-hour circadian rhythm, a clock that you're on. You have to do it again tomorrow. You have to do it again tomorrow. You have to wake up. You have to go to the bathroom. You have to nourish yourself and eat food. You have to have love. You have to share in that love. You have to have purpose. You have to have meaning. And it has to happen every single day. And when you're in a place of self-doubt, it's just energy modification. So elevate, elevate, elevate. Then sit down and write your dreams. Pray, visualize, talk to people, make a little momentum. Be consistent over time. The plant will grow. The tomato will come. And when it comes, the success of your life, you can be in the joy of it. Be in the realization that I'm having a success. And you won't be able to claim it as your own. It is something that I was able to achieve in collaboration with everything and everybody, the Great Spirit. And that collaboration is what we're talking about. And that's why you came here tonight. And this is that collaboration, because we all see the faces on the screen in front of you. We are God. You are God also. It's working through all of us in a mysterious way. None of us can explain it. This is where we get our power. This is where we can buoy each other. This is where we can lift each other up. We can exchange ideas from this place that will change the trajectory of our lives. That's God working through us. And we cannot claim responsibility for that. We can only claim responsibility for showing up and planting the seeds in the right place, right time, right sun, right water, right nutrients. And if you will take this practice on of doing the things that I've suggested every day, and you let go of any worry that I'm not there yet, which is the hardest thing, you will get to do the thing you were meant to do in this life. And you'll get to do it every day. And the doing of these things is the thing. It's not that you have to get to some successful place. Just doing these things is the thing. You'll already be successful. And then you live into that. Live into that. Live into that. And when you forget these things that I've said tomorrow morning, get up, get on your mat, get into a meeting, get into practice, get into community, and have somebody remind you. It's just counterintuitive to the way we are trained to live today. We are trained for quick fixes. We are trained to distract ourselves. We are trained for quick dopamine hits. We are trained to buy something to make ourselves feel better. We are trained by every means necessary to avoid the one place we need to turn to actually change our life, which is right here to the heart. So slow down, everybody, and get on the path, your path, your path, your destiny path for you. Do the things that are right for you, and then come into community so we can support each other. That's it. That's the ticket. That's the recipe. That's the program. That's the path of discovery. That's Recovery 2.0. And that's other paths too. We certainly are not the only ones who have this understanding, but we may be some of the few that are bringing together the tools that we're bringing together in a community like this that's so powerful and so interested in these tools. So take advantage, and just, when you drop down into that low grade energy of self-doubt or feeling frustrated or I should be somewhere else, just remember, those are the thoughts of your addictive, egoic mind. They're not based in truth. They're just not based in presence. And so we must bring ourselves back to presence. And I'm sorry if it takes 10 billion times. You'll have to lose presence, come back to presence, lose presence, come back to presence, lose presence, come back again, come back again, come back again. That's the work. And we're all amnesiacs, and we're all stubborn, and we all resist. And that's the way it is. And we all share that. And you're not alone, and you're not behind. So just take these small steps each day, and you just watch. Before 3 months have passed, you will look back and you will say, I have made progress. You may not be able to say everything in the world in my life is exactly the way I wanted it always to be. You will be able to say, I can feel that I'm on a path, and I can feel that the path leads to good places, and I can feel that I've made progress on that path. And when you realize that, you're going to have to realize that that's enough. You're going to have to actually realize when you're having a good day. And this is not, I'm not kidding. Some of us have been so stressed and so anxious that when we're having a good day, we don't even know it. And we can't stop to enjoy it for a moment. Like, whoa, wait, I think I'm having fun. I think if I'm not mistaken, I feel good right now. And then you try to grab onto that and it disappears. But it's good to notice and then not to grasp. So I just, from where I'm sitting, I don't know any other way than what we've talked about. And I do believe that in a broad and general sense that this is the way it is for all of us. Human beings, I mean. We achieve things, small steps, consistently over time. And community is important, and prayer is real, and it works. And we have to get our energy right. And we need to know the practices so we can get our energy right and move energy around the body and calm the mind. And then very, very good things start to happen for us. And we still have challenges in our life, but we're better equipped to deal with them as they arise. And then we come out of those challenges, and then we come into more joy. And we're better equipped to experience the joy fully too. So I hope, Karen, that on some level, I wouldn't get so caught in the terminology of spiritual bypass. I would just simply say, be present with the things that you are interested in, and in very methodical, consistent ways, work towards them without feeling like somehow it was supposed to have happened already, because it wasn't. What are your thoughts?
Oh, Tommy, yes. Everything landed so completely. I still am unsure of the meaning of spiritual bypass.
So when we spiritually bypass, I'll give you an example. Okay. I'm a yoga teacher. And because I'm a yoga teacher, I have, just because I'm a yoga teacher, I have this spiritual depth and advancement to me. And I no longer have to look at my emotions. That's a spiritual bypass. I no longer have to look at my childhood. Just because I took a 200-hour yoga teacher training, I've wiped out all of any challenge I had in my childhood. I'm now healed and I don't have to look at anything. That's a spiritual bypass. I'm not looking because I don't have to, because X, Y, and Z reason. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a therapist. I'm this, I'm that. I'm a teacher. Whatever it is, I no longer have to look. So what happens there is a certain level of arrogance, a certain level of misunderstanding, certainly, disconnection, and pain. Because if you bypass your stuff, another way I can put it to you is this. If you try to be all light and you miss the shadow, the muck, the swampy stuff that you have to look at and heal, and that's part of your being. We are light and we are shadow, and we are both. If you try to just be light and you do not look at your stuff, that's a spiritual bypass. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. Now, it's very easy in spiritual realms to be in the angelic realm, vertical. It's me and it's God. It's all good. It's all light. It's amazing. Everything's great. And there may be people that thrive in that angelic sort of orientation. That's okay too. Even them, though, they're going to have to look at, based upon their family, their history, their genetics, their epigenetics, their karma, past lifetimes, their ancestors, everything that goes into this. It all has to be worked on, processed, and integrated. And then ultimately, yes, you must transcend this. You must transcend this, and you can. But if you say, I've transcended this by virtue of the fact that I have, I read a book on, spiritual cleansing and now I'm clean. I don't have to look anymore. It's like, no, that's not exactly how that goes. So what we're talking about is an integrated human being, whole, no parts left. Listen, I'll speak for myself. I have tremendous light and I have tremendous shadow. Make no mistake about it. I don't make a mistake about it. I know. I've investigated my life enough. I understand what I'm capable of in the light realm. I understand what my shadow is. and that needs to be worked on whenever it rears its head and gets out of balance. That also, in a way, is one day at a time. I have had elements of shadow come up this year in my 58th year that I haven't seen before. I could say, wow, I can't believe I didn't see that. Wow, I shouldn't have to do this now. Do you understand the illusion of that? I'm just a human being, and I'm being given an opportunity to look at some shadow aspects of myself. It's really good news, even though it's painful. But it's great news because guess what? Integrated Tommy. Good thing for me. Good thing for you. Integrated Karen. That's it. So that's how you can look at spiritual bypass and understand it. Is someone who just bypasses the pain and the difficulty that they've had or things that they don't want to look at that need to be looked at. And please, everybody, hear me on this. You must not stay stuck in the dark for a lifetime either. You have to be able to transcend this stuff through the work of integration, the shadow work. What's the shadow work that we do? The fourth step on the 12-step path. It's the fourth step. You have to dive down and you have to plumb the depths of your soul. Where am I selfish, dishonest, deceitful, self-centered? Where is fear keeping me from seeing anything clearly? How loud can my ego be? We have to look at that. It's hard. It's painful. But if you don't do the fourth step and you just go right to the 11th step, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact, guess what? You left something out. You left something out. And so that is, spiritual bypass. 1, 2, 3, 11. No. Not a good idea. Not recommended. We have to be humble. It's been said before, there are two kinds of people in the world. People who are humble and people who are about to be. And I've been both. And, I prefer the humble side of things. So I don't have to be humbled or be humiliated, even worse. So here we are. We're all a work in progress. We all make mistakes. We all have our resistance come up. We all have our challenges. That's okay. Now we're learning together to be more effective, to take the right actions, to further our path, and to ultimately to reach that place of presence. Not in some future moment, because there is no future moment. That's the whole point of presence. But now, the address that you want to live at, here, it's the corner of here and now. That's where I want to be. I want to be there all the time. I want all of you to write a postcard. Dear Tommy, love us. And you address it to the corner of here and now. And I want to receive it. I want to know that I can receive something at that address. And I want to know that, and I need to know that and understand that the way higher power works, that's the only address that the higher power will ever send anything to. And if you're at any other address, sorry, you don't get your post. You don't get your mail. That's really, really profound thing. So our work is to get here and to get now and to work the shadow stuff and not feel like I shouldn't feel this pain. You won't feel the pain when you work through the shadow stuff and you integrate, and then you'll feel some joy, and then you'll feel some pain, and then you'll feel some joy, and then you'll feel some pain, and you'll feel some joy. And guess what? Welcome to the human experience. So we're so blessed. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We're blessed for one reason and one reason only. Why? Because we say so. That's why. You're blessed because you say so. And if you don't say so, hard to be blessed. So we make the declaration. I'm blessed. Life is happening for me. I have things to learn. There's going to be lots of joy and fun and laughter. And there's going to be challenge and integration and hardship. And I'm up for it. I signed up for this. I'm excited. I want to realize the tomato plant, the tomato fruit of my life. And I can only realize it in the correct collaboration, the correct orientation, the correct alignment to the great spirit, the intelligence behind all things that runs through you and runs through me equally. That's what we're working on. Okay. Thank you so much for this inquiry, Karen. And if you don't think this was relevant, this is utterly relevant for everybody here and everybody, period. Because this is the thing for us. This is what we're working on.